Hey, what's good? Coach Colin Castelli here with ShotMechanics Basketball. And today I'm going to give you 3 more reasons why your shot is probably broke. This video is brought to you by our friends over at Noah Basketball, changing the game one shot at a time. Noah is a revolutionary technology that's changing the way the world thinks about training shooting. And that's why we've partnered with them. So if you want to use the secret key to shooting that many NBA and elite Division I teams use, then show your coach or parent the Noah system at the link down below. And let's make more shots and win more games. All right, so today what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through 3 more things that are going to instantly help your jump shot on your form and your technique. Now, the very first thing that we've got is what we call our set point timing, meaning as you're getting ready to shoot, the ball is reaching the set point too early. So this is what I mean by that. Most shooters, when they're getting ready to shoot, they catch the ball and they bring the ball up and their hips go down, right? And so we're kind of all used to being at a shooting clinic and doing this sort of thing where the ball's up and our hips are loaded, and people think that this is perfect shooting position, right? But the problem is if the ball's up here where my legs are still loaded, my shot becomes segmented, right? And so a lot of times, especially when I break down younger players' footage on their film, when they're shooting, the ball goes up and their hips go down. And if we do this, if the ball and your hips are moving in opposite directions, you're gonna have segmentation in your jump shot. It's gonna limit your range, limit your power, limit your flow. And because of that, a lot of times other mechanics are gonna go out of whack, whether it's your elbow flying out or the ball coming across on your left shot line, that sort of thing. So what I want you to think about doing is your set point timing, having the ball and your hips move together, right? So if I'm catching the ball and getting ready to shoot, I want the ball to move with my hips. So if my hips go down, ball goes down, hips goes up, ball goes up, just like that. So you'll notice that any time I'm catching the ball or even off of a pull-up dribble, ball and hips are loading together, ball and hips are loading up at the same time. If you can put that ball and hips on the same movement together, you're gonna be a lot more fluid, a lot more power, because once you get to your set point, the energy is gonna transfer through your body and into the basketball way better, right? So this is probably one of the most under-taught keys that I see, and a lot of times what's messing up players' jump shots right away. So a great way to check to see if your set point timing is great is you can take a video of yourself shooting or have your friend take a picture and try to notice when the ball is reaching your set point to snap forward towards the hoop. And the ball should be first getting to that set point right as your hips are locking out and your toes are getting ready to leave the ground, right? So a lot of people think that this is the perfect form, when in all actuality, this is the perfect form, right? We want to be able to draw a straight line all the way down through our body. That way we can snap it off and everything stays nice and straight. If you look at the best shooters on the planet, most all of them have that straight body right as the ball reaches the set point. All right, so the next thing that's instantly gonna help your jump shot is tilting your feet a little bit. Now, if you've watched the channel a lot or watched a lot of our videos, this probably isn't new news to you. But the whole idea is instead of being squared towards the basket with our feet 10 toes to the rim, if we can tilt our feet just off to the side a little bit, that's gonna do a lot of good stuff for our jumper. So again, a lot of players catching their 10 toes to the rim to square up, but the problem is your body biomechanically doesn't really like that very much. As I bring the ball up to my set point here, it gets a lot of upper body shoulder tension and it makes your elbow want to do some crazy things. So like, that's why some people get a chicken wing out this way, or sometimes they bring it across on their left shot line and they get things out of alignment. Now what you'll notice is by tilting your feet off to the side just a little bit, to the left if I'm a righty, to the right if I'm a lefty, by doing that, now it allows my elbow to come straight up under the ball, straight up under that knee, and then I can snap everything off towards the basket in a straight line, right? If we can eliminate left to right misses, a lot of times you're instantly gonna increase your shooting percentage just by that one tweak alone. So I've worked with players before, even high level like NBA players, that were too square to the basket, just little tilt, and then all of a sudden they're increasing their shooting percentage 5, 10, 15%, just like that. So, you know, everybody's a little bit different. Some people like a small tilt, some people like a bigger tilt. So the whole key is finding out which one works best for you and your body biomechanics. But most of the time, for most shooters, a little bit of tilt off to the side is gonna help keep everything in perfect alignment all the way down the body. That way the ball stays nice and straight coming out. All right, so the third key we've got that's gonna help you out is the shot line. Now you may have heard me talk about the shot line earlier in this video, right? And the shot line is basically just the plane that the ball comes up traveling on its way towards the basket. Now, if you look at most good shooters, the shot line is gonna come right up kind of the inside of their leg, and it's gonna go straight up towards the basket so their elbow can fall underneath, right? Anytime our shot line starts to come outside of our body, either to the left or to the right, it's gonna throw off your mechanics a little bit. So the thing with the shot line is it's gonna change a little bit depending on a few different factors, but for the most part, I would try to keep your shot line, if at all possible, right over your thigh on your shooting hand side, or maybe just to the slight inside just a little bit, right? Some players are different and like the shot line a little bit over to the left, and there's a few different factors that are gonna change that. But the idea is anytime the ball starts to come too far outside, either to the left or too far outside either to the right, you're gonna get out of that alignment and you're gonna miss a lot more shots because of it. So there's a really kind of famous saying in shooting that says a great shooter is a straight shooter. So anytime if I'm bringing that shot line off the side, you can see that now my elbow isn't aligned. And so as I'm coming through, I got to try to correct it at the very last second. Whereas if I'm coming this direction and I'm off my right thigh right here, I can keep it in a straight line. So one of my favorite things to do to practice the correct shot line is to have players tap their shooting thigh as they're getting ready to shoot. So as I'm catching, if I bring the ball down and I tap my shooting thigh right here, that's going to ensure that it comes straight up in that perfect alignment and I can snap it off nice and forward. So if you're having a hard time getting it, you can try that just to make sure that we're kind of pulling that shot line over a little bit, keeping everything nice and straight. All right, so those are the 3 tips that are really gonna help your jumper out almost immediately and help you hit more shots. But if you really wanna take it to the next level and you're a coach or a parent, I highly recommend you click the top link in the description down below and go check out noahbasketball.com. Noah is a revolutionary training system that's really gonna kind of change the way you think about shooting instruction because the technology is next level. It's gonna read, shooters arc, distance, left, right deviation, and you can get a lot of like really scientific data to make sure that you're creating the best shooters possible. So if you're a coach or a parent, definitely wanna check that out down below. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with Noah Basketball. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.